Hey, what the fuck going on with y'all niggas, man? It's your friendly neighborhood comedian, Devin Wells. And it's 16 degrees here in Louisville, Kentucky. So I started a brand new company to make fur coats out of white people's ass hairs. Okay? They are luxury coats. So please, all Caucasians out there, please donate your ass hairs. We need all the help we can get. Go to www.asshairwear.com. And if you donate, you will get a free ass hat that says, I donated. Now, we got comedians' funniest bombing stories. I can't wait to see this right here. It's another video by Joke World. You know, I love them over here. So, yeah. Let's just get right into it. I'm excited.
I bombed. These are 10 of the funniest stories told by comedians about bombing on stage.
I'm obviously not a fucking bomb expert, but I talked to one.
You should see erect.
He can't stop himself.
Mencia goes, hey, dude, hey, bro, you come up and come to LA, bro. So I went up there on a Saturday night, and Mitzi saw me there. And I was hanging out with Carlos in the main room, green room. And Carlos goes, hey, Mitzi, put him up. Right?
You're a new comic.
I'm new. And Mitzi goes, yeah, you go up. And Joe Rogan's there. Mitzi, he's from fucking San Diego. He's not funny. Or something like that. Right? He's not fucking funny. Right?
Yeah.
He'll be fine. That's what she said. I went up there. Not only did I not hear any laughs, I hear Rogan in the back going, I fucking told you he's not funny. He's not fucking funny, Mitzi. He's from La Jolla. Right? And I remember eating it so bad.
You can feel it.
Oh my God. It was also like one of those sets where I went, oh, maybe I'm not going to make it.
Oh,
you know, maybe, God. Yeah, maybe it's just like I was a local, yeah, in San Diego, what? Who am I competing against, you know?
Right.
But maybe in the big leagues, I just don't have it. In retrospect, it's because I just wasn't.
You weren't ready.
I wasn't ready.
That's all. You were good. You just weren't ready.
I wasn't even good. It was just like, I just know I wasn't ready.
Can you give me one of your jokes that bombed the
heart?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used to do, I'm so lonely, right? I'm so lonely. When I masturbate, I grab my own ass, right?
Oh,
and I go,
God.
and then I turn around and I go, do me, and I start squeezing my cheeks. And then my opening line was, I used to make my hair really messy.
Yeah.
So it was out of control. Mm-hmm. And I would go, I'm not really Asian. I just woke up.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? I'm not Asian, I just woke up. Oh, because the eyes. Okay, I get it. Fucking
I'm not really Asian. I just woke up.
Oh my God.
Hey, do you remember that time the Steinbergs, they booked us and we did that benefit for PETA? Remember? And you hosted and you went up and bombed, and then I went up and I bombed it. And no one was, the only two people listening was the two guys from Queer Eye for the straight guy. Like, they actually were respecting that it was a show. And everyone was talking, and then Patrice went up. And just when he went up and he just started quietly talking about how he ate a puppy for breakfast.
Was it in New York we did?
Yeah, and they cut off his.
That sounds like a Patrice O'Neal move.
And she goes, I don't want to put this together. He goes, I don't give a shit. He just kept talking about cooking this puppy slowly. And then they cut off his mic, and then he went over to the piano, which he couldn't play, and started banging on the piano. And he's looking over at us, like, smiling. I just remember thinking, like, why didn't I do that? Why did I just stand there doing my act like a fucking asshole? Because I remember I did my first joke, it didn't work, and then I did my second joke that didn't work. And you know Patrice's laughed. And we did that, he just he just started laughing, and we're just up there just bombing.
We all bombed?
We all fucking bombed.
That's funny.
We all bombed, and then he went up and he talked about eating a puppy for breakfast, and he was like our hero, and he wouldn't get off the stage. The lady literally had to cut off the mic, and she was like this soccer mom, like, I'm running shit, I'm fucking doing this. He goes, bitch, nobody gives a shit about you with your weird hips. You know? And he just like, whatever the fuck he was saying to her. I just remember in the end, she finally gained control of the microphone, and Patrice he didn't get off the stage. Had to end the show with he was up there tickling the fucking ivories.
We've all done it.
Yeah, I was with Chappelle all week, not big deal. But then, not big deal. Just had to tell you guys where I was.
Whatever, dude.
Oh, by the way, let me tell you about that. Dave Chappelle is filming a new special, but he filmed it at where he filmed Killing Them Softly. So it was pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then they were like, Dave wants you to open. I was like, yes, I'll absolutely be there. And then I get there and I'm the first opener, which is fine.
Yeah, totally fine.
Obviously fine. The other two it was Lunel and Earthquake.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm number one.
Damn.
For sure.
I get in there, but because it's a taping, they have to start on time. So they're like, all right, 7, get the fuck out there. Dude, I go out to 30% full, all black room. With lights on, no one's in their seats. People are just, the whole time, people are just walking in. Every single show, I fucking ate it. Like,
That's fucking hilarious. The show, they have to start on time, but it's a black audience. You can't. Life is funnier than comedians. You can't be funnier than life. That's just life. An all black show, an all black audience. You the only black person on. You the only white person on the show, and the audience is all black too. And you have to start on time. That's hilarious. That's God. That's God being hilarious.
you wouldn't believe. And I just had to stand there like, hey, what's up, guys? People were just... I would make a joke and people would for real be like, no. Oh, no. I'd be like, you know how ISIS is cool, right? Like, what? And of course, it was this past week. Yeah. So I'm up there like, I support the terrorists, honestly.
That's what sucks. Yeah, you're like, I'm not changing my shit, dude. You guys figure it out.
That was my only saving moment, was I would finish it and be like, I understand this isn't the best week for this material. That would be a laugh.
That's pretty funny.
The only laughs I got was making fun of my own set. People were like, yeah, you do suck, dude. I was like, guys, you don't know, I'm actually pretty good in the white community, but
this just popped into my believe it.
Yeah. I was hosting and I bombed right out of the gate. Yeah. And I bombed every time I went up that night in front of her and her friends. Yeah. And when they walked out, they couldn't even look me in the face, her friends. That's how bad. Boston Comedy Club, bombing there was brutal. Like you said,
able to salvage the date.
No, yeah, it was done. It was done.
That happened to me.
It was
that
done.
happened to me. What? I met a chick one time. What the fuck? Some festival. She came up to me. She was into me, and then I went up on stage and bombed, and I could not find her after the show.
The owner of the Mets hired you to do a...
What? Do niggas like niggas who do stand up? Do y'all invite females? Like, do y'all invite y'all date? I mean, okay, I understand inviting females, but like, do you invite your date? I would never invite my date. Fuck all that. I would never invite my date.
Private show.
The owner of the Mets and also Tommy Mottola, the big music industry exec, Mariah Carey's ex-husband. Okay.
Is there?
Is there.
Set the scene completely.
It's at this restaurant in the city, which was a beautiful restaurant.
He's the owner of the Mets.
He owns the New York
Metropolitan.
Billionaire. The show Billions was created after his life.
Based off his life?
Based off his life. So how I got the gig was, his wife is Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto.
Okay. I do jokes about, Puerto Rican women in my life because I have Puerto Rican children, Puerto Rican girlfriend.
Your Puerto Rican friends.
You're Puerto Rican? Well, but it's really, it's Cuban though. Aren't you Cuban?
More Puerto.
Steve Cohen's wife, Puerto Rican, his children, has Puerto Rican children. First of all, Steve Cohen has about 8 kids. It's like he's Amish. But a couple of those children are Puerto Rican from his current wife, beautiful wife. So she allegedly liked my stand-up because I do all the stuff about Puerto Rican. Steve Cohen has no idea who I am.
Okay.
The birthday party, we were under the impression was going to be a family birthday party.
Okay.
So a family birthday party, so I'm going to go up, do comedy for the family. The wife knows it. Oh, hun, this is I like this comic, blah, 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 blah.
You were bringing out Puerto Rican content.
I was literally like, all I'm going to do is my Puerto Rican jokes because that's what you got to make the wife happy wife, happy life.
Right, sure.
She'll laugh at him, whatever. Steve will say, all right, this kid's in.
Yeah.
Okay. Get to the gig. It's 10 guys upstairs at a private. They rented out the entire restaurant. The terrace, the balcony of the restaurant is on Park Avenue, New York City traffic, honking away 6 p.m. I could hear the cars from downstairs, the wind rustling. New York City day, 10 guys, 10 billionaires sitting at a table getting served food, martinis, penguin meat, all the exotic stuff.
Sure.
They have no idea a comedy show is going to happen.
Oh, the worst. No one ever tells them a comic's coming. No one ever says the comic's coming on. That's
nothing. They have no idea it's about to happen. It's a surprise for Steve.
Okay.
I get there. I go to, start the show. There's no microphone, no nothing. The guy, one of the friends, who's just like a fun guy, like everybody was fun. One of the guys, he doesn't know who I am. He goes, "Are you the comic?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What's your name?" I go, "Chris Stefano." He goes, "I'll never remember that." So I go, "Great." So he's going to introduce me. So me and Amelia are like, "This is going to go bad."
Oh, Emilio's with you?
Yes, he's giving me martinis, which I told you I never had a martini.
Oh, you're drinking martinis before the show?
Before the show, because I never got
Take
into
the edge
martinis. And I said to Amelia, I said, "I've never drank a martini before." He said, "Trust me, you're going to love it. This is the drink of an adult."
Yeah.
So I start drinking the martinis. I'm like, "You're right." Now I can't stop with the
just
martinis.
straight alcohol.
I put on 4 pounds. I don't even, because I'm not factoring the martinis into my fitness now.
I don't see the 4.
I don't see them. So I'm doing, and then somebody asked me what kind of martini was it. I said I have no idea. It was dry, wet, neat, dirty. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all different things, but sure.
I just got it and it was
Yeah.
great. So the guy, I think his name was Ted. He goes, "Yeah, I'll never remember your name." I say, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, we don't have a microphone." I go,
"Don't tell me." No.
I go, okay. I go, "Well, where's the show?" He goes, "At the front." I figure you just stand in front of the table. There's no stage, no light, no nothing. It's 6 o'clock. It's outside on a roof deck, so you can hear the New York City traffic. The waiters, waitresses don't even know there's a comedy show. They're serving dinner and serving drinks. I'm standing out.
They didn't get you a mic?
They come. The waiter says, they tell the staff, "Hey, can we get this guy a mic?" The owner comes up with the mic. He goes, "Hey, we have a mic, but no PA system." So I said, "So what do you mean?" So just
for your motion?
Yeah.
You're right. Just hold the mic and yell.
Mic, but we don't have time to echo it through the PA system, so we can just give you a dead mic. I said, "Okay, I'll take it."
You took it. You did stand up with a dead mic.
A cordless mic.
just
because I was like, I
the
gotta
muscle memory.
I gotta have something. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
always
what are you
with
on,
the mic.
Letterman?
Yeah,
You're not gonna do it
exactly.
without a mic?
I was like, what am I, Madonna? I got a freaking. I just got the earpiece.
Yeah, Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
So now I have a dead mic for these
How
billionaires.
funny is that?
Yeah.
It's not amplified whatsoever.
Not
It's
whatsoever.
a prop.
Yeah, not
Okay.
whatsoever. So I was getting, good money. It's a corporate gig, whatever. Good money. Steve's a billionaire, very generous guy, great guy. Ted brings me up. I forgot to say, because he said, "I'll never remember that." Ted goes, "Hey," he goes, "Steve, we got a surprise for you. We got a comic." He goes, "You guys probably don't know who he is." He goes, "I forgot his name, but I heard he's funny." He goes, "All right, kid, come on." So I swear to God, I'm walking in out with the dead mic. I say,
Right,
Ted,
kid, come on.
what an introduction. I really appreciate it. I said, "You really know how to make a girl feel welcome."
Right.
Thinking, let's get a little laugh.
That didn't get a laugh?
Steve Cohen turns to me and goes, literally, I'm talking about Sal, I'm on stage for 8 seconds. He goes, "How long did they tell you to do?" I said 45 minutes. He goes, "No chance you're making 45 minutes." He goes, "I'll double whatever they're paying you right now to do 10 minutes. I swear to God.
Oh my God!
That's
did he mean it? Because that's an amazing deal. You take that deal.
I said to him, I said, "What is this, Christmas?" I
Yeah.
said, "You're gonna give me twice the money to do 10 minutes?" He said, "Absolutely." He goes, "We want to get back to the dinner." I swear to God, it was happy, but also I'm like, wow, I'm gonna bomb. In that moment, I felt a bead of sweat traveling down my spine. Vertebrae by vertebrae until it puddled onto the top of my ass crack.
Yes.
A full
cold sweat. Just
bang.
Yes.
So then I start doing show. First joke, come out of the gate. I say, because it's a Bobby Bonilla joke. Bobby Bonilla has been being paid by.
You have a Bobby Bonilla joke?
I don't have a Bobby Bonilla joke.
I know. He's wasting their whole entire budget right
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So he wasted.
They're still paying
They're
that
still
much.
getting paid. He hasn't been on the Mets for 25 years. I'm like, oh, Steve, I just want to make
best
sure I
deal
get the
ever
money.
made.
I said,
Yeah.
I don't want a Bobby Bonilla deal. I want it all up front.
That had to kill.
Nothing, zero. They're like, no. They're like, just looking at me. Okay. Then I say, who do we got here? I said, who do we got here? Whatever. And then Steve goes, oh, this is Tommy Mottola. And I said, oh, I loved your cell phones as a kid. He goes, that's Motorola. Oh, it's totally.
Right.
So then, ready? Then I try another joke. I forgot what I say.
Some of these
Bombs.
jokes ain't that bad.
The
You
only
shouldn't have
laugh I
bombed
get
that
of the
hard.
night exploded with laughter. This is about 7 minutes into the set. Oh, by the way, I'm literally in the middle of a bit. I'm in the middle of a bit, one of the bits, because I was just doing old school ones. Like, the joke I have when I'm like, 3 years, one blowjob, when I'm like, I'm dating this girl. It's what I used to close on.
Christopher.
It's like a bit that I haven't done because I'm like, trying to work on the new stuff. And I'm like, I have no choice. I have to get out of this.
You're doing blowjob material at Steve Cohen's birthday?
Because it's 10 guys. Because in my opinion, it's for 10 guys, for 10 billionaires in their 50s and 60s, they either want to have Jerry Seinfeld Seinfeld come out,
Right.
or hookers.
Right.
One or the other.
Right,
It's like
right.
it's not a 36-year-old guy that nobody knows doing comedy. The only person who knew I was there was Steve Cohen's son, who's also half Puerto Rican. He came up to me after the set. He goes, "That was brutal." He goes, "But I'm a big fan." Yeah. And then he said to me, "I'll DM you tomorrow. You come sit in the suite with me and my dad in the Mets game. He'll love you if the guys are in here." That gig was 10 days ago. No DM.
No DM, no DM.
I've been checking like a supermodel told me she was going to refresh 000 from Steve Cohen's son. But great kid. Shout out Steve Cohen's son. Great.
Steve Cohen's son, if you're watching, and we know you are, hit him with the DM.
Hit him with the DM.
Get him up in that
Get him in
suite,
the DM.
please. Shout out suites.
So it became a thing where Steve Cohen started asking me questions. It became a podcast with me and Steve Cohen. Steve was like, "Where are you from?" Told him where I'm from. Trying to do.
He's doing crowd work on you?
Steve Cohen was literally doing crowd work. And nobody's laughing. One guy said, "Oh yeah, our friend Bill down there. He lost 50 pounds from his recent divorce." He goes, "You think? But what do you think he really lost to 50 pounds from?" I was like, "I don't know, cancer." And he was like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And I was like, "Oh my God! I swear to God!
No.
I swear to God!" And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like legitimately like, so sorry. I apologize." And then Steve goes, "I'm just with you." Place explodes. I'm like, "Oh my God!"
No.
Then
So he gets the biggest laugh.
No, the biggest laugh of the night is what I got off on, which was crowd work with Mottola. I didn't say anything, but Steve said that's enough. I go to Tommy Mottola. I said, "Oh, you're Mariah Carey's ex-husband." I said, "You know what? I used to love Mariah Carey as a kid." He goes, "I guess you also loved cock as a kid." Explodes. Explodes. Steve Cohen almost falls out of his seat.
Damn.
I say, "Thank you. Good night. I appreciate it. You've all been great." They start clapping it up. They gives me twice as much of the money. I sent an email with Emilio to the guy who put it all together the next morning. So we're so sorry, that was an impossible situation. You have to understand, Chris is excellent at these gigs. Or these are his words, not mine. He said he is our guy for the corporate gigs because he can stick and move and do the crowd work. But it was impossible. The waiter and wait staff, they were bumping into him. Nobody was listening. It wasn't the right move. They write back.
No mic.
They write back. "We don't know what you're talking about. Steve loved him."
Are you serious?
I swear to God, they go, "Steve loved him."
Wow.
They go, "We'll be hearing from us again. We'd like to book him on more parties. We loved him." I was like, "What?"
When someone's at a table and they're like, "Yeah, we should. I mean, the guacamole dip's good." And you're like, "What?" So I did one of those. I'm like, "What was that?" He's like, yeah." He says something, and then I say something snappy back to him. I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you? There's something about like a dog group there or something, and I was like, "Well, why don't you put your head in a bowl like a fucking dog would or something?"
But you didn't know there was a dog group there, or you did?
No, I knew that. I knew there was something dog related. I remember it was like a dog line. And then I remember when I said that, and as opposed to most times you say something like that, the person you say it to might be like, "Hey," I remember like 6 people were like, "What was that?" Like all at once. Yeah. And I was like, "You heard?" Like, "Oh, that's a lot of people reacting to that." I try to like go on, and people were like, "You can't say that to him," like right away. And then it starts to build. It's like when something just spreads. Realize in retrospect is that most comedy shows, there's groups of 2, 4, maybe 5, 6 people go together, but it's usually a bunch of that, couples and groups, right? Friends. So this is late November. Holiday parties are big at comedy clubs during this time. So there's 2 groups there having holiday celebrations for like their work.
But they don't know each other, these 2 groups.
These 2 groups, but one is a group of 60.
Oh, shit.
And one is a group of 80.
Damn, okay.
And one of those 2 groups is also doing a fundraiser as part of the show. They're going to do like some type of giveaway and like some type of what's it called, like a bidding, like auction, to raise, and that's the dog thing. As it's starting to go, like as you're like this is starting to go south. It's like the group that wasn't related to the first guy starts to go like, "What's going on?" Like, and then they start to get louder.
This motherfucker told him to put his head in the dog bowl. Across.
Yeah. And here's the thing: when that's in the air, you're like. You're trying to, I go,
"You can't knock that down." You're like,
no, I'm like, let's put this back on the tracks and just go to material. And at the time, I'm like, that's the thing to do. And dude, like, you can't. Like, I start doing like a bit. It just feels disingenuous. You're like, people here are upset. They're starting to say shit. And then just like that, out of nowhere, so the feature act was black. and this first person goes, "Bring back the black guy."
The black guy.
Yeah, and then other people are like, "That's a good idea. Bring him back." And they start like, "Bring him back." And then they're like, "You fucking suck." And then they're just going, "Boo!" Like that. And I mean a parade of boos.
And what are you doing? Are you just standing up there looking?
You can't, like, it's so loud.
Yeah, you're not getting out of that.
No. So then at one point, I feel like it's so ridiculous. I just find
How long is this going on? You're 10 minutes in. How long is this? Like 15 minutes of this shit?
I mean, I end up being on stage for about 33 minutes. And at one point I pick a light, like a light from the, in the room that's supposed to be a stage light, and I just stare at it and I start just telling jokes to the light. I'm just like, "Hey man," and I just run material at the light. Because I know, like, they don't care.
And they're just getting louder and louder.
Yeah, it's so loud in there. It's like they're louder than the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're having, like, full conversations and, like, because they're like, "Fuck this guy," And the manager of the club comes on stage at, like, 28 minutes, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah." And he's like, "You sure?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right." He leaves. I keep, like, again, just like I'm talking to the ceiling. It's so loud.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, it's like, it's not like if you're listening, you're like, so you're just like acting weird. Like, no, it's so loud in there. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like, I was thinking of just like pulling up recipes and reading those.
Yeah, right.
And at one point, I see the manager walk up again with a woman, and I'm like, she comes on and she's like shell shocked. She's a little older, and she's like, can I have the microphone for a second? And I'm like, okay. So I give her the mic, and she's like, "We came here tonight
trembling
to raise money for these dogs, and this man deserves an opportunity to..."
Fuck you, bitch!
That's exactly what happened.
Of course it is.
Yeah, they're like,
mob,
"Shut up."
Mob mentality.
Yeah.
Bring the black guy back.
That's 100%.
I'm at the comedy club.
And she's like, "Can we please just give him an opportunity?" And they're like, "No!"
I know for a fact this Blau, like, you can tell when it's a Blau audience. You can just feel it. I'm hosting, and I'm like, Blau would fucking crush. He would level the room. And so I have to, like, I was like, I need to, like, really tell them, like, make sure they know. Like 3 times, I was like, "Guys, again," I told them, when he comes up here, do not react at all. This is a good friend of mine, but just do not laugh at anything he says. Don't boo, don't heckle, just stay silent.
Dude,
I feel bad. I'm an asshole. I feel bad about this. I owe you an apology.
I'm sweating just thinking about this.
This is the meanest thing I've ever done.
And let me say this too. When I was waiting in the wings, and just to hype this up before we see it, like, you said it before, but I was not passed at this club. So for a booker to call me in, this is a big deal. Also, the booker is in the room, so I can't even go off script to be like, "What the fuck is wrong?"
Oh,
Like, I can't,
that's also true.
I can't do crowd work. I can't do anything. He wanted to see a set, so I'm not going off script. And another thing too is, I walk in, I ask Benji, who's the booker at the time, I go, "How are they?" He goes, "Unbelievable." And then, and what's insane too is, I poke my head in, and Akash is murdering. So I'm like, "Oh, thank God, man."
And me back then, if I'm murdering, back then, if I'm murdering, he got it.
Yeah. So I'm like, "Oh, this is great." And I just came from another comedy club where I was feeling so good. I was like, "Oh, running, light him, bring me up, I'm fucking ready."
Going in. One thing I will say, I was like, you have to pass him after this for real. You can't not pass him after this. So I was looking out for you a little bit, but I'm still a terrible person, and I apologize. I was a much angrier guy because I was poor and unfunny. But this is the prank.
I am so fucking nervous.
Footage of it?
It's so good.
How did you find this?
I've had it, dude.
Really?
I watch it sometimes when I feel down.
They're pulling this shit up on QuickTime. This is an old ass video, bro.
Yeah,
wow.
There's a
Shit, what's up, motherfuckers? Good start. Everyone's good? Everyone's feeling good? Cool.
Fuck.
I'm feeling good, man. Happy Father's Day and shit. I was hanging out with my little nephew today. He's super cute. He's 7 years old, and he looked at me and he was like, Uncle Michael! I can't watch it. Sounds just like Elmo. It's the cutest thing ever. He was tickle me there. And I was like, I'm not that type of uncle. I almost got in a fight recently, and I live in Harlem, so that's never fucking good, right? And I got in a fight. Look, I got in a fight by accident, right? I was just walking down the street, minding my business, playing Angry Birds like a fucking gangster, like and some dude like kind of hit my shoulder. Oh god! And he freaked out at me. He was like, "Oh shit! You trying to fight? Oh, you trying to fight? Oh shit! I'm from Harlem, motherfucker. I'm from Brooklyn, bitch. I'm from staying up New York, motherfucker." Nothing about me. What the fuck happened here?
Yo, pause it, please pause it if we can. Pause it. Yo, this is so bad.
I would have. I wouldn't have been able to keep that much energy. So props to you. I would have bailed immediately.
At Joke World.
Oh, that's funny that they have footage of that shit. That's hilarious, bro. That's funny as fuck. Hey man, dope video about Joke World. I could watch shit like this all fucking day. Fortunately, I haven't bombed yet. I'm knock on wood on that. But yeah, link in the description for the original video. Make sure to like and subscribe and share with all your friends because we growing and growing and growing, baby. And with that being said, I'm about this hole.